Greetings in the name of Yahuwah and his son Yahusha HaMashiach. My name is Malak Shalomo, and today is the 18th of January 2023, and I'm just doing an update on my market analysis from yesterday. You could check out that market analysis, that's my prior video, and let's jump into it. So this is the US dollar, and yesterday I was saying that we could possibly get like a retest of this area right here, and the Bank of Japan actually kept their rates at the same rates, and I think they were supposed to be raising rates, and they kept it as the same rate of, I think is 0.1. And I guess the US dollar, they just bought the US dollar and sold the Japanese yen, so it went up. We actually tested up at these areas here above the lower VWAP. That's the annual anchored lower VWAP. And oh man, my bad. 1 second. All right. So we actually tested above that area right there, and we actually pulled right back. So we're back to the lows here now of the US dollar, which will give the ES1 mini futures a bullish kind of sentiment today if it keeps on pushing down. So around here around this lower level right here is where you'll start getting support. I have a bunch of alerts right there, so when it tests those areas, I could see, well, if it's gonna get support or not. So while it hit these areas, if we get a bounce, then you get the short in the market. If it continues pushing through, then it'll keep on going up in the market, right? So right now it's looking like it's still weak, so it's looking bullish in the stock market. Let's see here. Let me go to the pivot setups on the US dollar real quick. Right, so this is the 5-minute chart. You can see the reaction of the news from the Japanese yen. So we actually have like a overlapping higher value. So yesterday's central pivot, floor pivots, the bottom central pivot is here. This is the pivot, and that's the top central pivot. So now we have a flip where the bottom central pivot is now on top, but it's in line with the top central pivot of yesterday. The pivot is slightly higher than yesterday, and the bottom central pivot is higher than this one, so it's an overlapping higher value right there. So that's a moderately bullish setup, but we already had the push up above that, came back through, and now we're looking like we're staying bearish, right? So it's kind of rejecting that thesis right now. And let's see, check out the money zone real quick. Right, so the money zone is an overlapping lower value. So you can see here where we congested around the value area low. Right, so yesterday's value area high was right here. Value area low was, actually it's an inside day, my bad. So value area low is right here. So now we have the value area high below yesterday's value area high, and the value area low is now higher than yesterday's value area low. So the levels for the value area high is 12,748, and the value area low is 12,724. So a kind of compression right there of the money zone. Had to push up through it because of the news, and came back down. You see we kind of consolidated around that area right there, the value area low, right? We had to push up just below it, and now we're pushing away from the value area low. All right, so let's see here. Let's go to the ES real quick. Oh, let's take a look at the Japanese yen after the news. Right, so you can see here that investors didn't really like the fact that they kept the rates at the same rate, had the big sell-off, and I'm guessing that maybe the bank itself stepped in and started to buy off of the value, the lower band of the VWAP, annual anchored VWAP, and now it's pushing back up. So I personally think is that the bank is supporting it right now. You know, maybe they actually made a play for themselves. They wanted to get some lower prices on their own currency. So they probably bought it back here, kept the rates low, let it fall, bought it back here to actually get the move that they want, right? So who knows, man? Let's see here. Let's go to the ES1. Right, so this is the 4-hour time frame. Wait, don't do that, leave that right there. All right. Try and make this big enough so you can see. Right, so we're still in this range right here, but this was the candle, I believe, that had the news. So we had this push up, so it's a big topsy-turvy kind of candle, you know, it's whipping from one side to the next, and it kind of remained on the bullish side. We got some support here on these two candles. Try to test this area here, at this area. Let me see what level is that. So we tested this area right here around 4008, and we're getting support off of that area. So the highs of the range is in play right now. 4025, we could get up to like 4029. The top of the range here is 4034.75. So all of that is in play right now, unless we get like a rejection and it comes back down to the lower end of the range around 4002. At this wick here, we tested the bottom of the range here at 3997.25, even a little lower, 3996.50. So what's in play if we pull down these support levels here at upper band VWAP is at 3988.50, and we also have, I have this longer term VWAP level right here, and that's around 3969.75. So all of that is within play, because that's the bigger end of the range, the lower end, right? So you see we consolidating tighter here, but the actual range is coming down to this lower VWAP level where we actually got buyers, right? So they're holding this kind of bull flag right now. If they lose that, this is the next support area here, and if we push up, we're going for these levels here and beyond, right? And this is also a level here. This is the monthly pivot level for the Camarilla setups, Camarilla pivots. And I guess if it breaks down from this this consolidation, this is the next level to watch at around 3943. So yeah, today I'm looking for some longs here, man. Let's see, let's go to my trading platform and see. Let's see what kind of setup we got on the cams for. Let's look at AMD. So AMD has a overlapping higher value. Yesterday's S3 was right here. Today's S3 is now a little higher. This was yesterday's R3, and now we have R3 up here a little higher, right? So let's see, R3 is now at roughly 72, and yesterday's R3 was 71.62. So yeah, we could possibly get a breakout. It's already trying to test. We're at 71.90, so we're already trying to test R3. So it's probably a breakout day today. Looking for some longs today, man. Alright, y'all, that's my little market analysis. It's Malak Shalomo, and y'all trade safe and stay blessed.